Hello, everyone.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome
Good to
in.
see y'all.
Sorry, later, everybody.
So many people in chat already. Oh my gosh, I love chatting with you before the stream starts, and just seeing everybody come in. It's great. Let's see. Keith BDF is first. Kevin Theme Park Adventure. Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it. Let's see who else is in the chat. So it's so good to see you. Ed and Heather, so good to see y'all. I need to give y'all a call and pick your brain about being annual pass holders. I really need to do that. Make myself a note to give y'all a call. Let's see. Mandy Adams, good to see you. So good to see all of you. We look forward to Tuesday nights. Y'all know we do. Just to spend some time with you, and it's just good to see you and talk about Disney together. Francisco, welcome. Let's see who else we got. Mandy, I want that Tinkerbell meet and greet back too. Oh my God. And Katie, good to see you. Katie Mack, wishing on stars. Katie is really working hard on her. Yeah.
Katie's working on what?
Katie is really working hard on her channel. Y'all go check Katie's channel out. Katie Mack, wishing on stars. It's looking good, Katie. Really enjoying your vlogs, and it's just the further you go, the better you get. That's what we want, right? J and N. Hope I'm not missing anybody. Did I see Adventures by D? Let's see. I think I may have. Good to see y'all. Let's see who else is in the chat. Stacy, hi. Okay, Stacy is here. We can officially start. Jillian, welcome in. Thanks so much. Stacy, did I miss anybody? Tina, good to see y'all. We've been chatting all day long. We just talk all day long, don't we, guys? News just keeps popping up. That's man. It seems like every week now. Did there used to be this much Disney news before we had a channel, or was it just that we didn't pay as much attention to it?
Maybe we didn't track it as closely.
Yeah, goodness gracious. Oh, Brian, you will be the first to know when we decide to come to Disneyland. You will absolutely be the first to know. We would love to see you. Oh, Garrett, good to see y'all.
Go
Vegas,
away.
nice. Okay. No.
Never return.
Out.
What I want to say, I can't say because there's preschool toys present.
Right.
Boo.
Garrett, boo. Yes, you know better.
I showed up with my victory green little things you can bang together, little lights in honor of the win, and here you are immediately messing up the show.
Rouser. Garrett, our moderators, you better watch that stuff. Our moderators will get you quickly.
Thank you from the channel, Garrett.
Go Stars.
Go Stars.
You'll be hitting. You don't even get a timeout or any of that stuff. You're just gone. You're out.
Just kidding, Garrett. He's my good friend. Don't time him out.
Thanks. Y'all. Well, I think they figured that since we're laughing. But yeah, thanks so much for being here. Garrett, even though you're starting up trouble, first right out of the box, start up that trouble. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you popping in. We know that you guys watch, in ghost mode a lot.
Welcome in, Jennifer.
We appreciate you. Jennifer, welcome in. But yeah, thanks for
thanks for dropping in, Garrett.
And Jennifer,
even if it was to get a rise out of me.
Jennifer Caruso, guys, kills it on her channel. Go check out. She live streams regularly from the parks in Walt Disney World, and y'all do such a great job. I really enjoy Jennifer's live streams. Let's see, who did we miss? It. Raise your hand in the chat if we missed you. We don't want to miss anybody. Sorry to all the mods. Yeah, they're going to be keeping their eye on you, Garrett. They're so going to be keeping their eye on you. goodness. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, there's Tina. See, hey, we have super mods. Ain't nothing getting past our line, buddy. Oh my God. It's great to see. We've
Tina,
got so
thank
much
you.
to talk about.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Yeah. Tina, Stacy, Mike, all of y'all. Y'all know how much we appreciate you and all that you do for our channel. But you keep your eye on Garrett because he's a rabble rouser. Sebastian and Crab, welcome in. You are so crabulous, Jeanette. Oh my goodness. Okay, Stacy, what did I miss? Let's see. Okay, yeah. Garrett Will has talked about you enough on here that we know who you are. They do.
This is the same Garrett that we about caused the monsoon on Splash Mountain with the two of us big boys in the front seat of the log. The people in front of us just push that tidal wave right at them every time we hit any sort of drop.
They'll watch for you guys before they get on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. They'll still be watching for y'all. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Even brought my Stars cup, trying to stir up trouble.
Yeah. William is prepared. For you. On the other hand, guys, we're going to talk about some Pixar stuff tonight. So we both got the theme going here. My Toy Story Spirit jersey and my Pixar mug. This Pixar ball, guys, look how big this mug is.
Welcome in, Dave.
I love this mug. I bought several of them because I like to use them as soup mugs. Yeah. And coffee, you don't have to fill it up as often. It holds like, half a gallon of coffee. So, it's like a whole full pot in there. I love it. But it's so great to see you guys. Let me go ahead, William, if it's okay with you, I'll go ahead and do Mouse Talk. Welcome in, Melissa.
Good to see y'all.
Had a fantastic conversation earlier. Some of the same stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. I think so much of this Disney news that's dropping is, it has all of our rapt attention. They're making some good decisions. They're making some head scratching decisions. We're going to talk about them tonight and cover a little bit. Disney released, guys, also a really cool World of Color merchandise line.
Neat. I missed that. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. So I've got pictures and some pricing for you on that, and that'll come a little bit later. But let me go ahead and jump into this day in Disney history. We have several. I'll get through these as quickly as I can, but there was a lot of good stuff today. So let me jump into that. 1703. French author Charles Perrault passes away at age 75 in Paris, France. Often referred to as the father of the fairy tale, Perrault was responsible for laying the foundations of a new literary genre with such classics as Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, and Little Red Riding Hood. And of course, all of those are familiar to us because Walt Disney chose to start his animated features with those fairy tale classics. 1878, we're getting way back there. Actor Taylor Holmes, the voice of King Stephen in Disney's 1959 classic Sleeping Beauty, which was his last credited screen role, by the way, is born in Newark, New Jersey. This is really cool. I thought New Jersey guy. Sleeping Beauty is my favorite classic princess, and I could just hear his voice. That it's King Stephen, and he was so cute. Those scenes, where he was really fussing about, his son not picking a bride, and he was just a hoot, and I can just hear that, that voice. So that was his last credited screen role was Sleeping Beauty in 1959. 1928, Walt Disney applied for a trademark for Mickey Mouse for use in motion pictures. 1928.
And that's continued to impact copyright law ever since.
It has.
So
it has.
That's a big one.
Well, it left his mark even on the copyright world, y'all. There were. It's really interesting to go back and look at this day in Disney history, and I'm always seeing random pieces, people who have have had some kind of influence or some kind of like a job at Disney, or it's really amazing how Disney has touched so many lives and affected so much. 1961, Kevin McDonald, who is the voice of Pleakley in Disney's 2002 Lilo and Stitch, is born in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Now, Pleakley is the green alien.
Yep.
Jeff and Angela, if you guys follow Jeff and Angela of Desire Dream, their Instagram or their Facebook, if you don't, you need to, because they're absolutely fantastic.
They are.
YouTube too. Really good friends of ours, and they got a meet and greet with Pleakley at DVC Moonlight Magic in Hollywood Studios just really recently. So if you want to see Pleakley, I thought that was the coolest thing. Never seen him before. Love those those rare character appearances. So go check out Desire Dream and their meeting Pleakley in Hollywood Studios recently. 1974, the Disney. But now this is interesting. The Disney Barbershop Harmony Group, the Dapper Dans, y'all know how much we love the Dapper Dans, appear on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. Now, tenor John Sherbum, head Crichton Hogan, or lead Crichton Hogan, baritone Jerry Siggins, and bass Doug Scott on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. Hey, Jonathan. For the next 3 weeks, the show's regular band are withholding their services as per their membership in Local 47 of the American Federation of Musicians. So they're on strike. The band was on strike. The previous contract had expired on April 30th, which led to an impasse with the TV network, resulting in a work stoppage. So, y'all remember Johnny Carson, the Tonight Show, or most of you will. Some of you are too young, but I was pretty young at the time myself. But Johnny Carson is just, there's never been anybody like Johnny Carson. And so the Tonight Show band, there was a work stoppage. And because the Dapper Dans perform a cappella, that there was not a violation in the union's action. So isn't that interesting?
Yeah. How about that?
So the Dapper Dans filled in on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson while the band was on strike. Learn something new. I tell you what, every time we do this. 1990. Let's jump forward all the way to 1990. Muppet creator, filmmaker, and television producer Jim Henson. This is a heartbreaker, guys. Dies of pneumonia less than 24 hours after being rushed to a New York hospital. And I remember this. The 53-year-old was misdiagnosed earlier in the week, and had he been put on antibiotics only 8 hours earlier, it's believed he would have survived. So that is very, very sad. Memorial service for Henson will air on PBS and draw millions of viewers and dozens of celebrities in reverence for his life and work. He was completing negotiations with the Disney company to include his Muppets at their theme parks at the time of his death. So that's
what year was that again?
1990.
Wow.
1990. Now, 1991, Jim Henson's, which is a familiar year for you, William. Jim Henson's Muppet Vision 3D opens at Disney MGM Studios theme park at Walt Disney World. The attraction is housed in a 500-plus seat multimedia 3D theater located in a further expansion of the backlot annex area. So it's interesting that those two things kind of followed each other. In 2003,
it is really funny that Wyatt enjoys Muppet Vision as much as he does.
Yeah. I still love Muppet Vision because, of course, I'm a huge. We never missed. I would go up generally, or so many times when I was at my Aunt Marie's and Uncle Earl's. I spent a lot of time at their house when I was in high school and junior high and what have you, just because I loved them so much. And I remember, sitting on the floor in their den watching the Muppet Show with them. We loved it. All of us just loved it. The Muppet Show is fantastic, and it's on Disney Plus if y'all want to check it out. 2003, almost done. The 4th annual Star Wars Weekends blast off for the first time this season at Disney MGM Studios in Florida. For only the second time in history, the event will be held for 5 consecutive weekends, with the exception of 1997. The 2000 and 2001 events were held over 4 weekends. I would love if Disney would bring back Star Wars weekends.
Agreed.
Why in the world do they not bring that back? They were so much fun.
Yeah.
And the other thing that they really need to bring back that I was thinking about is the March of the First Order in Hollywood Studios. Y'all, I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen that. 2009, Disney Pixar's newest animated feature, Up, has its world premiere at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood. And so that is this day in Disney history.
Good stuff.
I thought there was some good stuff. Yeah, there was some good stuff. Yes, I absolutely. Absolutely love Muppet Vision. Yeah. The Muppets. The Muppet Show. Okay, so speaking of the Muppets, anyone watch Muppets Mayhem yet? No. Huh. Oh my gosh, we haven't
gotten that one yet either. But I am looking forward to it.
Muppets Mayhem. I'm making a note, Stacy. Muppets Mayhem. Yeah, I'll have to check that out for sure. Let's see. And guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to be, my eyes are kind of dry. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes that happens. Amy, welcome in. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Phasma made an appearance at Moonlight Magic. I saw that, Jonathan. Yes. When you love to meet Phasma. I so wish that they'd bring back Star Wars weekends in Hollywood Studios. William and I hit that a couple of times, I think, and it was fantastic. Once, of course, was Last Tour to Endor when they, when Darth Vader came and blew up Star Tours, the ride for a
remodel. Had Boba do it.
Yes, it was really cool. It was fantastic. Yeah, it's good. Pass holder changes. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Ed. Okay. Well, let me let's get started, guys, with this because we've got quite a bit to cover. So let's talk about. We'll go through this as quickly and as painlessly as possible, y'all. But we wanted to talk a little bit about there has been so much go on, with the blip, and that there have been so many changes because of that, changes that they had to implement because of the virus and things that we lost that haven't come back, that sort of thing. It really, really did shake up the parks, just like it did everything else, of course, in our lives. But we're still seeing the effects of some of that. And some things have come back. A lot has come back. Some things have not. But the thing that I wanted to lead with is bad news first. Let's talk a little bit about the bad news and things that we feel like where Disney is struggling first. So on a Wednesday earnings call this week, CFO Christine McCarthy announced that, quote, going forward, we intend to produce lower volumes of content in alignment with a strategic shift. Okay. So the problem is with Disney Plus, we all assumed because of, the earnings reports and what have you, that Disney Plus basically pulled Disney through the park shutdown when and so we've kind of and I think it did help with that some, but according to the numbers that they're turning out, they have really taken some hits. Disney lost 4 million subscribers on Disney Plus in the quarter that ended March 31st. 4 million.
Ouch.
Y'all. Ouch. Ouch. They are in the process of laying off 7,000 staffers, and they're on track to meet or exceed cost savings of $5.5 billion with a B.
With a B. Not an M, with a B.
Right. Which is a staggering figure. So Disney's direct-to-consumer business lost $659 million with an M in fiscal quarter 2, with the company crediting Disney Plus and ESPN Plus for the improvement over last year's $1 billion with a B dollar loss. Disney Plus and ESPN Plus recently raised subscription prices. And so Disney Plus is expected to reach profitability in 2024. Now, Bob Iger also, chimed in on this and said, we're pleased with our accomplishments this quarter, improved financial performance with our streaming business. But they did, Christine McCarthy, again, who is the company CFO, said that for Disney Plus, in order to make it profitable going forward, they're going to make some changes. And Christine McCarthy, y'all, they need to just, put their hand over. She needs to put her hand over her mouth before she says anything.
It's like they've designated her to be the bearer of bad news, or
I think she's
it's like
right.
she's the new scapegoat, essentially.
She
seemingly.
is. Yeah,
it's like, man, if we're going to say something people are really not going to like, let's
we'll give it to Christine.
We're going to roll Christine out there. Release Christine.
Christine.
Deliver the bad news.
Just say. This is the same Christine McCarthy who a year or so ago said that Disney was going to reduce the size of their portions for plates.
And it's so funny because if you remember around that time, I had just been to Disney, and at Docking Bay 7, I was eating there for dinner, and I ate whatever the chicken meal was. It had like this little tiny, chicken breast, that was like cut into a square or whatever, and I had to go back, I don't know, maybe I just didn't snack enough or eat enough earlier in the day, but I had to go back and get more food because I was still hungry. It was a small portion. And so anyway, it was funny because right around that time is when that exact, that quote rolled out there about, we're going to start doing smaller portions. And I was like,
because our guests, because essentially what she said was, and this is a paraphrase, but our guests are too fat.
Yeah, so pretty much. Something, we could all benefit from, tightening our belts or whatever, or something along those lines.
Gracious. It did not go over well, in the Disneyverse. But she's never been popular. She is the CFO. I don't dislike her as much as I did because she was reportedly very instrumental in getting Chapek fired.
Interesting.
So I read that too. So there's a notch in the positive column for.
I just find it interesting, with this specific quote here on the screen. Going forward, so we lost 4 million subs in a quarter, which is 3 months.
Huge.
going
Huge.
forward, we intend to produce lower volumes of content in alignment with this strategic shift. There is a lot of, to their credit, there's a lot of content that comes to Disney Plus. Not all of it's particularly noteworthy, or things that I'm necessarily dying to watch. And maybe that's part of the problem too. Maybe they, maybe they're not producing stuff that people care to watch, or at least not enough of it. But and they talked about, I think I'd shared a screenshot with you. They talked about removing content also. And I just,
yes.
I don't know. I mean, with so they're going to lose more subscribers. Exactly. It's just, I've always found it ironic that, it's like, okay, we're struggling here. We're losing subs. Let's reduce them, or let's reduce the amount of content that we're putting out there. Let's take some of the content that we have out there and take that away.
Right.
And,
while simultaneously raising subscription
subscription prices. It's just like, huh? What?
You have to wonder, guys, who is at the helm.
That's some of that toilet paper math. That's some of that toilet paper math. Do y'all understand toilet paper math? Where you go and you walk down the toilet paper aisle, and it says 8 equals 32, or you'll see another one that's 6 equals 18. And it's just like, man, like this feels like toilet paper math, where somehow less is equivalent to more.
Less is more. Less.
Anyway, and I'll say this, it's, for me, it's the quality of the stuff that they're rolling out.
Yes.
Not every, some things are more high quality than others, and I get that's right. with all all content, that's every every network essentially.
Tina says it's Common Core math. That's that. Yeah. Tina, math is hard, Nick.
Yeah. But I just, I just found it interesting
harder for some, harder for the folks at Disney than, some of us, which is saying a lot, because I'm not a math person, which is why I married your dad, William, because he's the math person.
It's tricky too, because, if you think about it, did you, I wasn't able to check the notes before the show.
Sorry, y'all.
Oh. You talking to turtles?
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry,
so I was
misbehaving.
No. So I wasn't sure if you were able to fit this in the show or not, but we got release dates for Loki and Echo.
Yes, it's in there.
If you saw that, can you go ahead and pull that up here, or go ahead and mention that real quick for me, because I got a point to make.
Yes. Okay. Let me get down there to it, because it's just a little bit later on. Hang on. We've got, we may have to break this into 2 shows, because we've got so much to talk about. Loki, I see, where is it? Loki. Season 2, guys, of Loki and Echo premiere on October the 6th, 2023. So
they're both the same date? I thought they were different dates. Is that right?
Okay, I've got season 2 of Loki on October 6th.
Okay.
So while you're talking, let me look.
All right, cool. Anyway, so they're releasing, or they're starting the release of Loki season 2, on whichever date, later this year. Mom will give us the official dates for Loki and Echo. Obviously, Loki, production value, it was cinematic. The entire show felt cinematic. It did not feel like a TV show. The entirety of the Loki show felt cinematic.
Okay, all episodes of Echo drop on November 29th.
That's 29th. There we go. I thought it was 2 different dates. So what's the date for Loki then?
Okay, so Loki season 2 premieres October the 6th. And all episodes of Echo drop on November 29th. So pretty close, pretty close.
And so Echo's the character that's, I don't know how many people watching have seen Hawkeye. but Echo's the character in Hawkeye, who's related to a certain other character, who I won't mention in case you haven't seen Hawkeye and care to watch it. But anyway, for me, it says something for them to release pretty much every other show and release it on a weekly basis. Every Wednesday, every Friday.
Right.
For most of their shows, they release it's weekly episodic, television essentially. For the Echo show, for me, right off the bat, when they say the whole thing's going to be rolled out, immediately, my mind just says, man, they must really think this isn't going to do well. Or we're banking on this not maintaining people's attention, so we're going to give it to them all at once in the event that maybe they'll stick with it.
Right.
So anyway, that's and another thing too, a larger topic of a discussion is that they've lost 4 million subs. Okay, they still are juggling which content do we release on Disney Plus movie wise versus which movies do we release in theaters. And so it's and the other thing too, there's a lot to juggle here because we'd seen kind of rumors, who knows whether or not they're true. I wouldn't surprise me if they were, but we had seen rumors of people being upset, at Pixar specifically, about their movies being released on Disney Plus versus rolled out in theaters. And so,
theater owners weren't happy, obviously, about a lot of content going straight to Disney Plus.
Anyway, the further out we get from the pandemic, it's a balance. You want to put stuff on Disney Plus that people want to watch. And so anyway, versus, putting stuff in theaters and going for that big box office. And so, which I wanted to mention, I think the Super Mario Brothers movie, not Disney, but quick sidebar, the Super Mario Brothers movie, I think was available on digital as of today, maybe if not yesterday. But anyway, if it wasn't today, it's within the last day or two. So anyway, it's that one keeps climbing up the charts.
Crazy.
And I couldn't be more thrilled about it because it's a lot of fun. And for me, it should be in my mind, it should be a bit of a wake up call for Disney.
I think so.
To see this movie, post pandemic, people are kind of questioning, how are theaters going to do? How's the box office going to be impacted? So on and so forth as we continue to get further away from the pandemic. This movie.
We're getting to the good news.
Home run.
We're getting to the good news.
Anyway, So anyway, I find it interesting. I hope that if they are going to push out less, I just hope that what we get is quality. Anyway.
Yes. And I think I hope that's the case. But you have to wonder, given, some of the things that Christine McCarthy announced as being strategic in trying to help them maintain subscribers or gain new subscribers. And you think, okay, my high school, civics class that taught me about, free market 101 doesn't jive with some, with some of these decisions are kind of questionable, but we'll see, how it goes. Definitely, Amy. And yes, we're getting to the positive stuff. Yeah. And bad news first, and then good news. I kind of named this. Is Disney listening to? Is Disney listening to us? Are they hearing?
And I would love to know, just out of curiosity. I mentioned this to you earlier, Mom, but I would love to know whether or not people are getting any sort of exit survey why they're canceling their subscription. Whether it's
I
cost
would.
related, whether or not they're just not getting the content they want, or if it's related to the overall view of the company. So anyway,
Right.
You want to go ahead and move on to the next one? Anything else for this one?
Let's move. Let's go on to the next
on
slide.
on
So
to the
there,
happy. On to the happy.
Yeah. So there's some. Well, not there are some some good things going on, guys, and there's so many. Just to kind of go back over this a little bit. There are things that used to be free or included with the ticket price that are not free anymore. Prices are rising. Dole Whip at Aloha Isle went up from $4.99 to $5.99 for the first time ever. Dole Whip is not under $5 at Disney. That was kind of a thing. It was, the Dole Whip was still under $5. It's not anymore. Prefix meals at Be Our Guest went up from 62 to 67.
I'm out.
Building a Droid went up from $99.99 to $119.99. The Disney baker, Chris, told us last week about pins recently, increasing from $14.99 to $17.99. That's a giant increase.
I'm
out. So ticket prices increase. Our advice, is to do what you would normally do in any situation when you're trying to save money.
They're trying to raise margins to offset.
Yes, they're trying to raise margins.
Less sales.
Yes, they are. They are, and that's not generally what they've done.
Yeah.
In this situation, it's really not. And in so doing, they're kind of pricing themselves out. So, you have to be smart about your planning, cut back on, some things and that's what people will do. They'll cut back on things that they would normally have done. Instead of buying 4 pins, they'll buy 1 pin, So, I don't think this strategy is going to work real well, but they're going to try it apparently.
Yeah.
And of course Disney has kind of created, some of this monster themselves, in part because everything is too complicated. They've taken, the My Disney Experience app and turned it into a monster. Technology and automation is supposed to make our lives easier, and they have relied too heavily on it, and they've made it so complicated that it's not a convenience. It's a stressful hassle, essentially. So, anyway, so there's a lot going on. We talked about, some of this last week as well, but, so they're hearing us. It's like they're hearing us on one side, and they're not hearing us, on another side. So, keep filling out those, those surveys, guys, in the parks as you find them. There's a lot. There's a lot to be desired, and you just got to wonder who's making some of these calls. But there is some good news. Let's get to the good news. And talk about what is going on and what they're doing, because they are hearing us. We covered a lot of this in detail last week.
Mm-hmm.
Annual passes have gone on sale again, guys. That's a big one. That's a big
one.
A
little bit, Matt. Since they rolled them out. Was it in March? Was it March or April? I can't remember.
April. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they gave us all that back in April, or they started reselling, annual passes. And they have announced for annual pass holders some new perks. VIP pass holder days is what they're calling it. There will be food and merch discounts, more, deeper. They haven't announced specific numbers on this, but additional food and merch discounts for pass holders, a new AP magnet, which they're teasing, If you go, William, to the next slide, you may see a picture of that, of who we think that's going to be.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Aren't we supposed to be we're supposed to be getting a Figment meet and greet sometime during the summer?
We are. And they teased a new pass holder magnet, but they didn't announce who it was. So we're hoping, that it might be Figment. The other piece was park reservations are no longer required for certain day tickets. So
that's in 2024, right?
Well, yeah, yes. I've got it. It's all returning in 2024, and they're going to have to announce specific numbers on this pretty quick, because they start selling vacation packages on May 31st.
End of this month,
end of this month for 2024. So, so the Disney dining plan is returning.
Yeah.
They have yet to announce the numbers on
very many details on that. Yeah.
But it's good stuff. It's some things that, it's kind of some things that I said they needed to do, William. I said they need to go ahead and give us some of this big stuff and then work on some of the other stuff. But, try to get, turn the tide in a favorable direction. And Ed's right. They certainly have done that with the announcements from last week.
Katie's got something for you down below.
Let's see. I was looking at my notes.
No, it's on the screen.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. That's it. That's what it was, Katie. That's absolutely what it was. So I'm hoping, to pick up that pass holder magnet would be really cool. It's purple. Purple is probably my favorite color, and so that would be so cute. But you never know. It may not be Figment. I mean, a lot of people are speculating that it's going to be Figment, but it might be. They might surprise us. It might be somebody totally different. Now here's a really big one, guys. The next slide, please, William. This is a really big one that they just announced. It's called a 4-park magic ticket. Beginning May 23rd, which is, just in a few days, guests can purchase this ticket for $99 a day. So no surge pricing, $99 flat per day, plus tax, which would be $396 total. Plus tax, you'll be able to purchase that ticket. It is a flat $99 per day for a 1 day, 1 park per day ticket. So it's not a park hopper. So you'd have to choose the park that you want to go to every day. But that's $396. That's a pretty good deal, guys. Considering that their 1 day tickets have gotten up to as high as $150 a day. So. So that's. I
wonder if there are any blackout dates for this for these tickets.
Blackout days. I don't know if they were any or not. William, I didn't see any. Any. Let's see if I got any information on that. Let's see. Okay, it says valid. The details were it's valid from June the 1st through September 29th. There are some blackout dates, including
I would have guessed the week of July 4th.
The week of July 4th and September 1st through the 4th. So I don't know about that. In addition, tickets must be used within a week of their first activation. So it's like buying, a regular ticket, and it's not a park hopper. But still, I think this is a good offer. Park pass reservation requirements. You don't have to make park reservations with this ticket. So no theme park reservations will be needed for this ticket. So that's another, that's a big thing too, guys. It's like, okay, they continue to offer us, tickets without requiring a park pass or
Yeah.
park reservation, rather. Annual pass holders can now enter parks with no reservation after 2 p.m., except on Friday and Saturday in the Magic Kingdom. So
I thought it was Saturday and Sunday in the Magic Kingdom.
I think it's Friday and Saturday.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I want to say it's Friday and Saturday. Somebody might be able to check that for me, but it's weekends. So I think it's Friday and Saturday because they're a little busier. But at any rate, so they keep offering us, these things and saying no park reservation required. I think Disney realizes that at some point that is going to have to go away. So Saturday and Sunday. Okay. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Dean, on that. Saturday and Sunday. Memorial Day weekend. It doesn't say anything. Let's see, when is Memorial Day weekend? Let's see. Which comes first? Special events and activities, of course, are not included in that ticket cost. But that's a nice one. That's a good one. I'm excited about this. I think it's a good, it's a good thing. Your dad may actually take advantage of this, for when we go in June. But that's a good deal, guys. Now, I wonder, in a lot of cases, like if you've already bought your ticket at a higher price, they'll, Disney many times will let you, purchase this, at a savings if you already have a ticket or whatever, and you find a better deal like this is. So that is something to think about there. So that's all good news, positive stuff. Really excited, about that. So they are listening. They have, heard and are making some positive changes.
Oh yeah.
And it's, may I say, it's about time.
Yeah.
It's about time. Okay. But yeah, thanks for that, Dean. It's Saturday and Sunday at Magic Kingdom. So 2 weeks, May 29th is Memorial Day. Okay. Didn't say anything about, let's see. Let me look here. It says beginning May 23rd. Valid. It doesn't say anything about Memorial Day. And I've copied that right off the website. So that's interesting. So anyway, there's that option for you, and it's a good one. Moving along, Pixar Place, which is why I'm wearing all my Toy Story, Toy Story stuff today. Pixar Place has been rethemed and it will reopen. We're really excited about this. The characters that Pixar characters that you can meet there. I love the blocks, the squares there, and the colors of the Pixar ball. I've got my Pixar ball here tonight. But yeah, that is going to be really cool. You can go on to the next slide, and
you can see the A113 up in the top right hand corner on that box, and then the PX86 for Pixar 1986.
So some Easter eggs there for you. Edna Mode, you'll be able to meet Edna Mode in the Edna Mode experience. I've never met Edna, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
What did I say? Labor Day, Memorial Day, May 29th is Memorial Day. Okay, team. Okay. I didn't say anything about. It didn't say anything about that, guys. So I don't know if that would be a question. Sully, of course. Sully will be back. I'm assuming that Mike will be back. This is kind of a retro.
They haven't done Mike in a long time, or they haven't. I don't think. Mike hadn't done a meet and greet in a long time. If I remember right.
Flo. Welcome in.
Hey, welcome in, Flo.
Good to see you. It would be great. But this is, of course, this was a high school picture of William that I pulled because Sully is going to be back for. He's going to be one of the characters. So but it would be great if they bring Mike back. They did mention Sully. So, and then the next picture is Frozone. He will also be. He was also listed as being one of the.
This was me meeting at the. What is it? The what it used to be called, the animation. Can't remember, Animation Academy, maybe.
I want to say that's. I think that's right.
That was part of it. I can't remember. You know, I can't remember.
Yeah, character spot, maybe.
But anyway, I love this area because you got to meet characters from the newest, you know, whatever the newest films were around that time. You know, we met Hero and Baymax there. I met Bolt, Mittens, and Rhino there.
Yeah.
You know, this was a great character meet and greet. You know, now it's the Star Wars launch bay, and so I've kind of been wondering when they would kind of, you know, theme it back to, you know, you know, something like this. You know, if it'll ever happen, who knows? But it was a great character meet and greet.
Yeah,
Frozone.
Yeah, it was. It really was. Lots of fun. And then the next slide, both Pixar characters. Of course, here's William with Mr. and Mrs. Incredible. Yeah, these were great. These were it was a fun spot. You could meet a lot of characters. You just kind of go from line to line, you know, if meeting characters is your thing. And, you know, the kiddos,
Well, you can meet Sorcerer Mickey too there. Was really neat.
That's right. Yeah, you could. So these are some, you know, and we don't know who else they might introduce. Now, Edna's new. I'd love to go meet Edna because I've never met her. But yeah, so these are some of the characters that you know that are coming back. This is Edna in her car in the cavalcade. This was taken from a video when Kylie and I were there, and I love Edna. I totally love Edna. So she's going to be there too, and I'm looking forward to meeting her. So yeah, and you can go to the next slide. So those are the characters, all of them. This opened again, guys, on Mother's Day. This character meeting. So that's a lot of fun. I'm really excited about. We love to meet the characters, so we're excited about that.
I hope they're roaming too. Was another thing that I'd mention is I hope that they're roaming. You know, it just kind of feels more organic. You know,
definitely.
And you know, it reminds me of the Disney commercial from, you know, years gone by where the kid's sitting there on the bench and, you know, I can't remember if he's upset or whatever, but he's sitting there on the bench and then Mickey walks up to him and, you know, it's just, it's a really neat, when you kind of have almost like a surprise meet and greet versus, you know, standing in line for 45 minutes to meet, you know, character.
It really is. And of course, you know, until, you know, years ago, you know, several years ago now, the characters roamed. They didn't, they just came out and they roamed. They always had a cast member with them as they do now, but they roamed. And I will have to say, you know, this, you know, not to open up this wound again, but this is how you got traumatized, you know, by not being able to get close enough to meet Goofy when you were 3. You were 3 years old, and Goofy was roaming. This was before they had the, you know,
I met him. I just didn't have anything for him to sign.
Right. And well, you got pretty close to him.
I pushed my way through and got to him, and then didn't have anything for him to sign, and I was sad about it.
Yeah. So anyway, that's something.
Good night, Keith.
That has changed. Yeah. Thanks so much, Keith. And the Haunted Mansion movie, guys, they're making a new Haunted Mansion movie. Will be coming to theaters July the 27th. They released a short trailer a few weeks ago, and they have now released a long trailer, which I tried all day to see, and I did not get to see it. Did y'all see that?
I watched it 3 times. It looks pretty intense, honestly. You know, I don't know. You know, I don't know that this will necessarily be kid friendly per se.
Well, Mark, Wonderful World of Walter said he from the previous, he wasn't sure that he and Irene would be taking Wally to see this one. So
Yeah.
it may be, a little too intense for kiddos. I'll have to watch that longer trailer. But I'll tell you, that was kind of my impression when I watched the short trailer.
Yeah.
What did y'all think? Have y'all seen this? Have y'all seen the Haunted Mansion trailer? So we'll see. So we'll see.
I'm intrigued. I mean, if they want to stay true to the spirit of the Haunted Mansion, it'll be a little bit spooky, but it'll also be kind of funny and lighthearted also.
Right.
So if they're able to kind of get that mixture together, which quite frankly, I think the 2003 version with Eddie Murphy, did a good job balancing humor along with kind of spookier, scarier moments.
I think it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it did. I really, a lot of people kind of poo-pooed the Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought they did a nice job with it. It was spooky in places, but there was still a lot of humor.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that one. I was not nearly as critical of that as some people were. But so the Haunted Mansion, the new movie, is coming out July 27th. So y'all can go watch that trailer and keep your eyes open for that one. See what you think about it.
They got Danny DeVito. They got Rosario Dawson. They've got
several good cameos. I should
Owen Wilson, and then Jared Leto. I think it's the Hatbox Ghost.
Jamie Lee Curtis
is Madame Leota. And so anyway, there's a lot going on here. So we shall see. It looks like, it like I said, it looks pretty intense, but I will say, some of the, inside shots of the mansion, look very true to, the Haunted Mansion ride itself. So, we for sure got that going for us, seemingly.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So we're excited. Obviously, we're really excited about this one. I will, be one of the first in, the first 1,000 in our theater to see this one, because I'm really
I thought the release date was kind of a little bit of a head scratcher. So is it actually the 27th or the 28th? Because I thought on the trailer, I thought it said 27th, but then I Googled it and then places said 28th. And so I don't know.
Oh, okay. So
what's accurate?
So did the trailer say the 27th?
I thought it did, but then when I Googled the release date, places said 28. So who knows?
Okay. So, and I'm like you, I wondered, why did they not wait until closer to Halloween? Why didn't they release this in the fall, spooky season?
Yeah.
And, they could tie it more to the parks, and, people would be more apt to buy the merch, in the parks for it. I don't understand a summer release on this. I really don't.
Another thing worth mentioning too is Jillian's kind of hypothesis on why it's being released on the 27th. Hey Flo, welcome in. One of the things that she mentioned, hypothesis wise, is that she thinks that it's a July 27th release date because Disney's fiscal year ends August at the end of August. And so maybe they're hoping for that last box office earnings to bump bump up their quarterly earnings.
That's for sure. And that may be it in a nutshell. Logically, we would think that this movie would come out closer to Halloween.
Well, the Eddie Murphy, I looked it up earlier. The Eddie Murphy one came out like around Thanksgiving. It came out in November in 2003. Because I did a quick Google search on that after I saw the date for this one. I was like, when did they release the Eddie Murphy one? And sure enough, it was like close to Thanksgiving. It was in November. So I thought that was kind of random,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's I think Hocus Pocus, years ago, of course, it didn't do well in the box office, but kind of became a cult classic and it didn't go away.
That's true.
And they finally ended up making a sequel for it. I think that it also had a summer release, but that the movies that came out the summer that Hocus Pocus came out were just blockbuster smash home runs, if I remember correctly. Like I think like Jurassic Park, like
it had some
there were a ton of classics that came out that summer, and I'm sure that it just fell between the cracks.
It was hard, but it's had that staying power. It really has. And according to Bette Midler herself, remains her favorite role, which is pretty amazing given her illustrious movie career. But so
that's neat, Nick. I would like to see. I need to watch that Easter egg breakdown of the Haunted Mansion trailer.
So again, kind of shifting back towards Disney Plus. One of the strategies, guys, that they're talking about, Disney's talking about to boost their profits for Disney Plus is a merger with Hulu. So
which they are a majority owner, I believe, of Hulu.
Right now Disney owns 2/3 of Hulu. And Comcast owns the other third. So their deal means that in January 2024, Disney can possibly take over Comcast's third by requiring them to sell. So CEO Brian Roberts said the corporation is more likely than not to sell their 33% to Disney. So that's probably going to happen. When the CEO says yes, it's probably going to happen. Barring pickups or whatever, Disney is probably going to acquire Hulu. So that will be hopefully a positive thing. We hope that will be.
One thing that kind of trips me up about all of this, if they do merge Disney Plus and Hulu, which granted, they're already doing the Disney bundle, they've advertised that, so they're blue in the face. ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus.
Yes.
Which I have, unbeknownst to me, I was paying for the Disney bundle without even realizing it with Hulu. And so of course, when my subscription ran up because I bought 3 years up front of Disney Plus. And so when was it last November, maybe?
It was November
of last year. I looked at it and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to start paying for Disney Plus. And then I went to double check my Hulu subscription. And I was like, well, I guess I'll get the Disney bundle. And then I looked at my Hulu subscription and realized I was already paying for it. And I was like, well, all right, well, this is fine. So anyway, here's one thing that I can't help but wonder. I know, I know that their aim is probably, maybe offering different content, outside of Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, Muppets, maybe offering some content outside of that realm will help draw people. But at the same time, if you're going to kind of, it's one thing to have Hulu, Fox. I forgot Fox, all the Fox offerings. It's I don't know, with Hulu, depending on what content they bring in, whether or not they just roll Hulu in under Disney Plus altogether, or if they keep them separate. I don't know what the approach will be, but I can't help but wonder if there is some impact to their brand, if you will, by offering certain types of content on a platform that is considered an extension of Disney or outright Disney Plus. And so anyway,
It's hard to separate it out.
Yeah.
And we as parents and consumers, I mean, my whole life, Disney has been the brand that was safe for children.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, and then, when Disney would release, Lion King and The Little Mermaid and all of these classics that they released, and they would just mop up at the Golden Globes, at the Oscars, the theme songs, animation. We would scratch our heads and go, why is it, that the other, movie studios are not picking up on the fact that family-friendly entertainment sells very well. And, and now Disney.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, I don't know what the average family, average American family is these days, but, just, using our family as an example, it's like, well, do you want to sell 2 tickets or 4?
Right.
Granted, Wesley's, way too young to go to a movie, but,
Right.
do you want to sell 2 tickets or 4? Because if it's something that only Jillian and I, would feel comfortable with us going to see, we'll get a babysitter, you or Jillian's mom, and to cover, but anyway, it's like, you could sell 2 tickets or you could sell 4, if it's family friendly, then you could sell 4. And you multiply that by however many, families there are, which, I mentioned the Super Mario Brothers movie earlier. They cashed in on that. So I've got a buddy who has, he's got 4 kids. And we were talking about the Super Mario Brothers movie earlier. And his comment was, let me pull this up real quick. Let's see here if I can get to it real quick. Can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me find it. Which I thought was a pretty good comment, because he's isn't necessarily always the biggest partaker of cartoon movies. He said it was a fun time and was kid friendly, so repeat value is very high.
Yeah.
Which
that's very true.
Which is an excellent point. I watched Wyatt and I watched it 3 times. In theaters, and then Wyatt went with Jillian for a 4th time to watch the movie. And so,
and Wyatt, and we're talking about a 4-year-old child, guys, that wanted to, a 4-year-old who wanted to see this movie 4 times. I mean, that is.
And he would, if we asked him to, he'd go see it tomorrow.
He'd go again. So, and
I would, it wouldn't be dreadful for me to go and see it again in theaters, and so anyway, if you could produce something that everybody could go and enjoy, it's gonna be a grand slam. You're gonna knock it out of the park.
Well, and I think too,
exactly, Nick. That's another fun thing to look for whenever you watch it more than once, is to catch some of those Easter eggs.
To go back and
welcome in, Russ.
Easter eggs, which you catch more of, the second or third or fourth time you see it. Yeah. But what happened was too, William, word got around to parents, hey, this is a safe movie.
Yeah.
For you to take your kids to. This is a fun movie. It's colorful. It's familiar. Yeah. It's nostalgic for most parents, and kids are loving it. That's a recipe for a win. That's still a recipe for a win, just the way it was in the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, as long as Disney has been in business. That's just a win. And Universal really co-opted that from Disney, and has just hit it clean out of the park, knocked the cover off the ball with this movie. So, Russ, it's good to see you. Russ, do you have your fingers in your ears? Is that why you can't hear William?
But anyway, I do wonder, about the perception of the Disney brand as they bring, and that was even with the Fox acquisition,
Mhm.
I was wondering, does this align with Disney Entertainment?
Right. Yeah. No, the answer is no.
Yeah.
The
And
answer to that
so,
question is no with
uh-huh.
them. So,
And
so.
so anyway, yeah, with
Oh,
them
look at her. This Amy's comment
contemplating a
here. Check
merger,
that out.
I wonder the
Mhm.
same thing here with Hulu content. Yes. Amy says, I know
Yeah.
some people went out and bought a Switch because of the movie. Yeah.
Hey.
Uh, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, for Nintendo, I mean, it's a win-win, for Nintendo, Illumination, Universal, all parties involved, it's a win-win. Um,
Yeah.
you
It
know,
is.
and
It is.
so
Yeah.
and the other nice thing about it is, the Mario games are so accessible. Super Mario Odyssey,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
is one of the best games I've played in years. Um, it's a whole lot of fun, and then Mario Kart. I mean, it's easy to pick Mario Kart up and play it. There's all the Mario Sports games, and so
Mhm.
anyway, it's welcome in, Mike. Um,
Mike. Welcome in, Mike. Good to see you.
well,
um, yeah.
anyway,
So this is going to be an
that's really cool,
interesting
Amy.
one, guys. It's probably going to happen. We don't know. Um, how this is going to affect Disney content. It kind of seems like they have abandoned the kid friendly. Well, it doesn't kind of seem like it. They have abandoned the kid friendly moniker
Yeah,
that they built,
yeah,
that Walt built an empire on. And so, bravo to Universal for picking up on this
yeah,
and really giving us as parents. I appreciate it.
yeah.
As a grandparent, I appreciate it. I'm going to try to take the girls to see it since Wyatt's already seen it 4 times.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try to take the girls to see it when next they come. We haven't had time to do it, so I hope I
Yeah.
can still do that if I can or not. But we'll definitely see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been in
We'll see
theaters a
what
long
happens.
time too. I mean, it's like I
Mhm.
said, it released on digital. We watched it at home earlier tonight. So
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
technically we've seen it. I've seen it 4 times now,
Oh
and
my
Wyatt's seen it
God.
5.
Aw. So
When
we'll
you throw
see, and
tonight in.
that's gonna be one that he'll watch over and over. I
Oh
think
yeah,
that, this could possibly, William, be your payback for Aladdin.
yeah,
This could be it.
yeah,
Just saying. So we'll see. Again, the CEO, Comcast CEO, Brian Roberts said that this thing is, quote, more likely than not
yeah,
to go through. They'll sell their 33% stake in Hulu to Disney, giving them control of Hulu, and Disney will rake that over into their pile.
yeah.
So next slide. We are, so again, just so much going on, guys. Really, we hope that the Hulu acquisition is a positive thing. We hope that it is.
I'm
We
just
also
interested to see
got.
how they merge the content.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that will be interesting. How's that going to work?
yeah,
I think they'll do it much like they did with Fox, and they'll just blend it all in.
yeah.
I think it'll all just be, blended in. The Simpsons, when they took over Fox, The Simpsons is on Disney Plus now.
Hmm.
The Simpsons is not at all what I would picture as a Disney owned piece,
Yeah,
but yet it's on Disney Plus. So because the Simpsons is in so many ways more. It is. It's made more for adults.
yeah.
So coming to Disney Plus, a couple of announcements here, guys. Coming to Disney Plus, June the 7th, we have Avatar, Way of Water, and also Quantum Mania.
Wow, I didn't realize both of those. So that's what is today? So okay, is that right? Because I thought Quantum Mania was coming out tomorrow. Am I? Did I miss something? Because I thought Quantum Mania was coming out before this.
I think I read, well, unless I read it wrong.
Somebody do a quick double check.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Quantum Mania was coming fairly soon. But I knew Way of Water was sometime in June.
Okay, so I thought I got that straight off of.
Yeah, well, I have one taker. Thank you, Stacy.
Okay, Stacy. So when Quantum Mania drops tonight. Okay, well, scratch that.
There we go.
I was trying to put together this slideshow so quickly with all this. With y'all have to forgive me for getting some of the dates wrong, because I was really kind of really trying to get a lot done with this slideshow, and I probably bit off more than I should have. But at any rate, thanks for that assist.
So this is a perfect scenario, a perfect example of how my Disney Plus membership will actually pay for itself. We did not make it to see Quantum Mania. It's just poor timing. We didn't make it to see Quantum Mania in theaters, and so now we get to pop some popcorn and have a bit of a date night at home after the boys are asleep.
And I will too. And Nick, Nick, did I don't know if I watched seems like I did watch your Quantum Mania review, and but I still didn't make it to see it. I was going to go see it. I tried to make it to see it, and it kind of fell through every time I was going to go. So but that's okay. Yeah. Well, like you said, we'll pop some popcorn and watch it. So Quantum Mania comes out tonight, 3 a.m., technically tomorrow. And then Avatar Way of Water is going to be on Disney Plus June the 7th. So,
which I heard that it's also dropping on HBO Max, which is being rebranded to Max, which seems silly to me, but okay. But apparently it's going to drop on both Disney Plus and Max. The rebranded HBO Max on June 7th, which I thought was kind of strange, but okay.
Russ, I tend to agree with you. But I will have to say, Russ, you were a lot more optimistic about this, this new Marvel, once Endgame was done, and the characters that we have known and loved so much, most of them dropped out, and but you were a lot more positive, about what was coming up, and because I'm just not as interested in these characters, guys. Yeah. I saw a trailer
for the Marvels
a couple of nights ago for the Marvels. That's a yawn for me. I'm totally not I'm not interested in this, girl power rah thing. I don't like Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, so I probably won't even watch. I won't even watch Disney Plus.
A lot of the content that's come from Marvel post Endgame, for me has been ho hum. I really enjoyed Spider-Man No Way Home.
Total exception.
Yeah.
Spider-Man No Way Home was phenomenal.
Loki was solid. Some of the, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, pretty good. But, I just, like Mom said, it's hard for me to be as invested in these newer characters. Right. And so I just, I'm just not super pumped up about it. Hey, looky there. Welcome in, Alex.
Well,
but I just,
Alex, good to see
you. I was looking forward to watching Quantum Mania, but I keep seeing people kind of gun it down, and so it makes me less excited to see it. I haven't seen the new Guardians movie yet. I've heard the tone is quite a bit different than the previous two.
It's a Guardians movie. I was going to mention that a little bit later in the live stream. but yeah, there was another one too that I saw a trailer for when I went to see Guardians um, that I was totally not impressed with. It seemed very bland. I can't think of. Oh, Elemental.
Oh yeah,
Elemental. I don't know
the
about that.
animation, the characters are not cute.
No,
Like,
no.
I watched the Elemental trailer today, and the characters are not cute. You know, and that seems, you know, ridiculous for me to say as a 31-year-old man, but they're just like, it's hard for me to envision somebody wearing a shirt with these characters on it. They're oddly shaped. You know, I just I don't know. You know, maybe it'll end up being awesome. I don't know.
Maybe
But
so. I mean, sometimes sometimes the trailer, it just stinks. And well, a good example of that, the trailers, y'all, for Frozen,
were, you know,
were horrible.
Didn't give you anything. It was just Sven chasing around Olaf, basically.
It was really bad. Totally not what
they didn't give you anything at all.
So, you know, maybe that'll happen with Elemental. We'll really enjoy it. Russ says, I think executive control over creativity, political undertones is in all of the entertainment is killing the studios. There's no original content. Everything is so dark. Exactly, Russ. I think you nailed it.
And that's the thing. The Mario movie, you know, not dark. It's fun. You know, not everything has to be, you know, not everything's got to be doom and gloom. You know, heroes are, you know, in danger of, you know, the world exploding. Like, you know, it's okay for something to be light and fun.
Jack Black singing Peaches.
I hope that he ends up winning an award for that. It's so funny that it's risen up the ranks.
Spoiler alert for
it's been everywhere. I don't even know. I don't even know if it's a spoiler at this point.
That one number is worth the price of admission. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. Jack Black just cemented, you know, if he hadn't already cemented his place in my life as one of my favorite actors. I love him. He if you don't follow him on Instagram, guys, his Instagram feed is hilarious. He's just a lot of fun. Jack Black.
Not everything, you know, has to be doom and gloom. You know, we got enough of that in real life. You know, entertainment for me is an escape. You know, I don't sit there. You know,
Stacey said she enjoyed Quantumania.
The stuff that I watch, you know, in the time that I do have, you know, I don't want to sit there and watch a bunch of drama. You know, I don't want to sit there and watch a bunch of heavy stuff.
Yeah.
You know, exactly. I want to, you know, I want to enjoy myself.
We want to. Well, it's the same reason we go to the parks. We want to take a break from reality. So, so I'm not, you know, in order to watch a heavy movie, sometimes I'm sitting there thinking, okay, you know, you sit down at the end of the day and you're ready to, you know, to rest just a little bit and have
a good night, Alex. Thanks for dropping in on
something else. And you don't want to watch Saving Private Ryan, you know, or something that's just heavy, you know, that's heavy. You just, you know, you just don't want to do that. And that's it seems like they kind of got into that, you know, it had to be dark and serious.
Well, it's the whole superhero thing, you know, it seems like every DC character's got to be Batman, you know, and it has to have this, you know, all of this tragic backstory, and, you know, I've got to blur the lines of whether or not I'm a good guy or not, you know, and see whether or not I'm faced with this, you know, really tough ethical decision.
I'm fallible.
Yeah.
You know, I'm fallible, and I struggle with my fallibility. Listen, guys, just give me a hero. Give me a hero. Give me a true hero. You know, give me somebody that I can cheer for, who overcomes, and doesn't, that's really kind of what I'm looking for when I go to
Yeah.
movies. I think a lot of other people are
Yeah.
too, which may account, Russ, for why some of these, for at least partially, why this new, why this new Marvel class is not being,
Yeah.
is people are just not picking up on it. Y'all, I haven't even watched Miss Marvel.
Yeah. I haven't
And
watched it yet
Stacey,
either. I
you'll have to
haven't seen the
forgive me.
Eternals. I haven't seen Shang-Chi.
Okay,
I'm not.
Shang-Chi, I watched Shang-Chi. It was pretty good, but I have not. And Stacey, you'll have to just forgive me. I hope we can still be friends. But I think I made it through the first episode of She-Hulk and maybe part of the second, and I didn't go back for more. So I've said I was going to watch it and give it a chance, but I haven't.
Yeah.
I am excited about the second season of Loki. It
took me a long time to watch Hawkeye. I finally watched that around Christmas time this past year,
Russ loves
which was perfect timing.
Stacey.
I part of it is Jillian's not super interested in watching Shang-Chi, so that's just got to be one that I'm gonna have to step into the study and go ahead and watch it.
I think you'll enjoy it. I really think you'll enjoy it. I enjoyed Shang-Chi. Like I said, now Nick enjoyed Shang-Chi as well, and I did. I thought I could get behind that character.
Yeah.
I could get because it was good. It wasn't fantastic. Was it? But it was good. It was good. It was entertaining. I thought so too. Now, see, Stacey says she loved Miss Marvel. See, Stacey, I have no interest in watching Miss Marvel. I'm sorry. I just don't. Full disclosure.
Yeah. One of my buddies, said that he tried to watch. He's a big big comic book guy. Okay. Has a pretty sizable, personal comic collection.
That's right, Stacey. So I won't hold it against you for being wrong. Yeah.
But my buddy Daryl, said that he sat down to watch that first episode of Miss Marvel, and he said his quote was, "I'm sure this is for someone, but it ain't for me." And so anyway, it was Daryl. He said, "I'm sure this is for someone, but it ain't for me."
That's
so
funny.
Anyway, and he's a huge comic book guy. Loves the MCU, watches pretty much everything.
And see, Russ is coming from from a really strong comic book background too. So for him to make that comment is it carries some weight. Knowing Russ's love for the comics and knowledge of all that. Russ is quite the encyclopedia when it comes to the comic book background. On a lot of this. But okay, let's see. Okay, shifting gears a little bit here. We're going to look quickly at the, just this new World of Color 100th anniversary.
And the October 6th here, Loki season 2, which we mentioned previously.
Yes, definitely. And I'm excited. I forgot about the Loki slide. I'm excited about that one. I really enjoyed. There were pieces that I didn't particularly like, but I'm a time travel girl. They had me at time travel and multiverse. Mostly time travel, I'll have to say, but I enjoyed it.
It's pretty good, Katie. I understood that reference.
I'm looking forward to this. Jillian, we're going to watch this because we get to watch Tom Hiddleston for, season 2. Yeah. And he loves playing Loki. Tom Hiddleston really enjoys playing Loki, and it shows. He enjoys that role. Season 1 was great. Afraid of the second. Okay. I'm afraid of the second season. Well, Russ, let's be positive, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's keep that enthusiasm up, Marcus. We're rooting for them. So
I did want to mention, this little WWE related sidebar. Seth Rollins is a WWE wrestler. He landed a role in the Captain America New World Order movie that's coming out.
oh wow,
And they're working on filming. People have grabbed still shots of him in his costume during the filming. And so big props to Seth Rollins. There have been, several wrestlers that have attempted, Hollywood or made cameos, in different movies over the years. But a big shout out to, obviously John Cena and Dave Bautista, two of the newer wrestlers who've, made the jump to Hollywood, obviously with The Rock too. But
obviously.
But Seth Rollins got himself a role. He's part of the there's what's it? I want to say Serpent Squad, maybe. I'd have to double check that, but pretty cool for him to get a gig like that. So yeah, that's interesting.
Well, no offense to to the Falcon or any of the wrestlers who got a role or anything, but now, hey, I'm a Chris Rogers Captain America girl, 100%.
Chris Evans, Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
You said Chris Rogers. You're just combining them together.
Well, I got both of them. Yeah, I got both of them in there. Steve Rogers, Chris Evans, girl. It's very difficult for me to see anybody else, be Captain America because he was just so perfect for that role. It's like trying to put somebody else in the Iron Man, in the Iron Man suit.
So Russ is making a joke here, but I do want to point out, he said, when is Hornswoggle getting his MCU debut? Russ is joking here, but Hornswoggle was in Muppets Most Wanted. I would like to I'd like to throw that out there. He's one of the inmates in Muppets Most Wanted.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right. Okay, he
there you go.
Was he was Hornswoggle the little person?
Yes, he is. Which is hilarious because he's a gigantic Muppets fan. Like I'm pretty sure he has a tattoo of Kermit on his body.
That's
and so
hilarious.
For him to be able to participate in the franchise was great for him.
What's the actor's name? I should know his name.
Danny Trejo.
Oh, Danny Trejo. Oh no, I was talking about. Okay, so that's cool. That's cool. Hornswoggle. I remember Danny Trejo now.
Yeah.
Muppets Most Wanted is so good, y'all.
It is hilarious.
And Muppets Most Wanted is hilarious. I absolutely love it. Our Cap is dead too. Gosh. Yeah, I know. Well, moving along, because if I spend too much time on that one, I'll cry. So here, folks, is the new World of Color 100th anniversary collection. So this is their offering. Now, we're going to go through these, and y'all can tell me what you think. And then I've got a couple of comments to make, but we'll go through these real quick and look. This is a brand new collection. It's available at Magic Kingdom at the Emporium and probably some other locations. But this is brand new. And then go to the next slide, William. This is the button-up dad shirt.
Next slide, sorry.
For this now. The front is, the front is fun, but it's the back. Go to the next slide. Yeah. That is really cool because boom, it has the Wonderful World of Disney logo. Stop it, y'all. This logo brings back so many memories from my childhood. I love this. I wish we'll look at the whole line. I wish they'd done this line a little bit differently, quite frankly, because if they had done this right, I would want every piece. Yeah. Just strictly for for the nostalgia of it. This is the dad shirt. Interesting colors, and this is $59.99. It's a button up, and
yeah, it's about standard price for a button up. Russ says Hornswoggle is Dylan Postal. Let's see, Danny Trejo's the Mexican guy who plays Machete. Yeah, exactly. I thought you were searching for the other inmate's name. Of course, Ray Liotta, I think, is one of the other inmates too.
Ray
I want to say.
Yeah. Yes.
And so I thought you were searching for one of the other inmates' names.
I was.
Not Hornswoggle's name.
I was trying to place a couple of the other ones. But yeah, so I absolutely love ABC when they put the Disney movies on every Sunday night. Yes, it's so cool. So here's the T-shirt.
That's neat.
And
That's
this
fun.
is Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color. Now I like this T-shirt, y'all, with Tinkerbell and just the classic logo there. I do like this T-shirt. It's blank on the back. I didn't have
and
a
you
picture
like purple.
because it is blank on the back. But this T-shirt is $34.99, and I hope it's not that really thin. At one point they started making that really thin material. I don't care for that at all. That's not going to hold up at all, and it doesn't flatter anybody that wears it. It's so thin. So I hope this is. It looks like it's the nice thick, thicker T-shirt material. Now this is the crop. It's a crop sweatshirt, and it has. This is what it looks like on the front. It has the logo, and then on the back, that polka dot pattern continues on the back. Is what that looks like. So there's that crop sweatshirt, and that one is $59.99.
Okay.
And then moving along, of course, you have the Crocs offering because, I'm totally bewildered by this, but there are people who really love Crocs. So if you want your World of Disney Crocs, you can have those. And oh, look, they've included Tinkerbell there. So the Crocs, the guys. These Crocs are $64.99. It's like $65.
Crocs aren't cheap, man. They are not. They're pricey.
Golly, they are totally not. So who's buying the Crocs? Raise your hand in the chat if you're.
Jennifer said she would buy the shirt, that purple shirt.
Yes, I liked the shirt or the T-shirt, Jennifer. Which one did you?
I think the T-shirt.
Yeah, I would buy the T-shirt too. Yeah, Jennifer says I could never wear Crocs in the parks. I know people who really love Crocs, but I just can't get into them, y'all. I'm sorry. When they first came out, I worked at the school district. It was when I was a network technician for the school district. A lot of the teachers, because we had pre-K, Head Start, the young kiddos. And so our teachers, were a lot of them were young, fresh out of college, sweet teachers. A lot of them really got into Crocs and wore Crocs because, their attire could be more casual because of the, age of the kids that we had. But I never could get into them, y'all. Sorry. Oh my goodness, what a load of Crocs. They're not walking shoes.
That's a good one, Jonathan. No Crocs for Katie. Tina says, but they're comfy. Jennifer says, I could never wear Crocs in the parks. Russ says, how come they don't make those belly shirts for guys? Sometimes us guys want to have our bellies hanging out while riding Big Thunder. Oh gosh.
Okay, there's I'm trying to poke that visual out of my mind's eye, Russ. I'm trying to just poke that. Right.
I was going to say, for $59.99, I want the rest of my sweatshirt, please.
Right. Oh my goodness, yeah. So this is kind of where they went with these. Here are the shorts.
That's cute.
Russ, you can buy these shorts to match half your sweatshirt.
Almost more of a what'd you say, lavender kind of pinkish?
Like a rosy, kind of a
rosy pink.
But yeah, now this does have that great logo. If you could see that, I probably should have gotten a little
on the
that
left thigh there.
On these shorts are $39.99.
Mm-hmm.
Want those to match your crop sweatshirt. And I love Tinkerbell. Now, this is of course a little girl's tee. Cute as it can be. This is totally that end, frame of the title sequence.
Yeah.
In the Wonderful World of Disney, where Tink, Tink circles the castle and then presents under the World of Disney logo. Cute. I would totally buy that. That toddler tee is $31.99. It has the little ruffles.
Kids always get the best merch, Katie says.
Yeah, they do, right, Katie? What the heck? I always look, so many times I've looked at like a t-shirt or a hat, especially hats, and think, oh, that's so cute. And then I realize it's for a child. So, yeah.
Ooh, Mikey says, I'm going to wear a crop top on my birthday on Thursday at Magic Kingdom.
Okay, Mike. Okay, if you say so. So you're planning not to take any pictures at all for your birthday? Is that what? Oh my gosh. Okie dokie, Mike. It's your birthday. You can wear, I guess you can wear whatever you want. It's, it's one of those things. I don't know if Russ is going to be seen with you if you wear a crop top, but but we're looking forward to spending a little bit of your day with you. But anyway, that's the end of the slideshow, guys. I hope you enjoy.
Happy early birthday, Mikey. Let's see.
Kind of a hodgepodge there.
Russ says, I'm going to pass you off to some stranger then, Mike.
You're going to lose your ride there, Mike. Have to be careful. Oh, my goodness. Hitchhiker highlight tonight, guys, is Loki Season 1 on Disney Plus, starring Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Go watch Season 1 in preparation for Season 2. You might need, it's a lot going on, with the multiverse and, time hopping and what have you. You may need a refresher. Even if you've already watched it. I will probably go back and watch at least the last few episodes to get ready for Season 2. So go watch Loki Season 1 on Disney Plus. I believe Dean said he hadn't seen it yet. So so let's see what else is coming up. And just another couple of quick Disney news pieces. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is in theaters now, and I went to see it a couple of days ago. I enjoyed it. It is more serious than the first movies. It centers around Rocket's backstory. I absolutely adore Rocket. He's a fantastic character. Bradley Cooper, of course, plays his, voices Rocket. Yeah. It is something of a tearjerker. So bring your Kleenex. There's humor, that we're all used to with the Guardians movies. They're funky. They're kind of different, than the other Avengers movies for sure. But there's some really good fight scenes, y'all. There's one fight scene, and you'll know it when you see it, that I absolutely loved. I would go back and see it again just to watch that fight scene over again. It's that good. And it's kind of a long, I don't know how long it took them to film it, but Nick probably knows which one I'm talking about. It was so good. The choreography was fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But guys, here's the thing. Okay, and Nick, I don't remember you saying anything about this. If
Jennifer said, "How long was the Guardians movie?" Quick Google search says Guardians 3 runtime is 2 hours and 29 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. So it does seem long. It really does seem long. Be sure you go to the restroom before you start watching this movie, because there are no lulls. Once it gets going for 2 hours and 29 minutes, it's nonstop. You will miss something if you get up and go get popcorn or go to the restroom. But Nick, I did not enjoy the music. What? You heard me. I did not enjoy the music. And music is such a big part of the first and second movies.
Interesting.
Maybe it's the genre, maybe. But guys, I don't know. I just, Nick, chime in here and let me know what you think. Let's see. Enjoyed it. Everything you said is exactly what I said. Well, and see, Nick, I watched your review as I was getting ready to leave for the movie. I watched your review, so I kind of know what to expect. But I didn't remember what you said about the music. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, what happened, Nick? What? I mean, music is such a huge part of the Guardians movies. What happened? It was okay, but I didn't recognize a whole lot of it. It's like they were playing like the B-sides of the record, of the album. I don't know. Okay, so Russ said he was disappointed. There was an article about why the music that was picked for this Guardians. Okay, well, Stacey, I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear. I don't know.
It's because James Gunn knew he was on his way out, and so he just went ahead and said, "Man, I'll save my creative energy for my DC projects that I'm going to go crank up."
Yeah, maybe so. Well, good luck with that, because I don't. There's there was also, that was the other preview that I saw while I was at Guardians. It was a preview
Flash.
for Flash. And
have a good night, Amy. Thanks for being here,
guys. Is Flash a James Gunn movie?
No, I think it predates him.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I think it was already completed by the time he joined, I want to say.
Well, I mean, we've talked about DC versus Marvel.
Yeah.
There's no comparison.
Yeah.
If James Gunn can bring any DC movie to half the stature of the old Marvel movies, I will eat my ears.
Yeah.
I will eat.
Well, he's got to learn how to make a movie without, that's not laden with cuss words.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly. If he intends on grabbing young viewers, that's, he's got to he's going to have to figure that out.
I will, Mike. I'll look that up. I thought the music stunk. I don't care what it was. I just thought it stunk.
Russ has got one too.
Okay. It's Quill's mom's mixtapes, each from a different era.
Okay.
It's also Rocket Spy. Well, but why did Russ? I mean, now the 90s, like the 90s and the 2000s, I guess is where those pulled from. I listened to music in the 90s and 2000s, and I don't know. I'd have to, yeah. Young viewers talk that way now. Yeah, well, and it's still unacceptable. People have, there's nothing new under the sun, Russ. People have, I mean, my mom used to say, if you have to season your conversation with a cuss word every other word, then you need to get a better vocabulary and some manners. But and that's true. That's true today as much as it is, as much as it was.
There you go.
As a little girl.
Stacy said part of it is because Star-Lord's mixtape was destroyed in Guardians 2, and Kraglin gave him the Zune, which holds more music and newer music. Interesting.
Okay. Well, he needs to give the Zune back to Kraglin. I remember the Zune. Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, that handoff there. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing it. It's kind of sad. It's the longer something's out, the more stuff you hear about. You see spoilers and everything else.
Yeah.
But
I enjoyed it. So Russ said, I think Russ said he wasn't real crazy about it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I thought in places it was really lacking, and I will have to say, parents, Guardians, because of some language, is not necessarily for littles.
Yeah,
but there is one F-bomb in this one, and it was totally uncalled for.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was like it was just put in there just to put it in there.
Yeah, I mean, supposedly Chris Pratt's been rallying to be the one to do that for years now. Based off of articles that I've seen floating around. I don't understand that, but okay.
Well, that doesn't square with his claim to be a Christian.
Yeah,
I will say that. But at any rate, so that I was. Again, it goes back to what Russ was saying earlier about everything needing to be dark and, the cussing and, all this. I don't accept that argument.
Yeah.
I don't. I want to be able to sit through a movie and not, wince. I don't watch, those movies with all that in them. And anyway, I realize that Guardians is a little bit different. I have never watched the Deadpool movies for that very reason. William and Adam both warned me off of Deadpool. Just wish we could go back to either. Let's see. I'm so sorry. I'm having trouble with my contact lenses. We like a movie or we don't like a movie. Why do we feel the need to break it down? Well, there probably is too much of that, Stacy.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. And I would say, there's too much, picking apart. I think people pick apart, Star Wars to death. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's true. Have a good night, Jennifer. Thanks for being here.
Stacey, I liked the movie. I liked the movie. It was a Guardians movie.
Yeah.
Again, one of the best fight scenes probably in any Guardians movie. And I loved Rocket's backstory. Rocket is one of my favorite characters. I think his gosh, guys, it's kind of a tearjerker, so be prepared for that. The PG-13 limit, yeah. See, and Russ really for PG-13, yeah. Come on now, no. Now, if you're going to do that, why even have ratings?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to do that, why even,
So Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or Volume 3, just headline real quick here. Had the best.
Well, they're based on comic books, Stacy. So yeah, some of the original content was written with kids in mind. I don't think I think Ray's right. I think they don't. They don't write with kids in mind.
Especially not today.
Yeah. Not today.
But
not today. Christopher Reeve. There was a Superman. That was written with kids in mind. The original.
So just for comparison's sake, okay, Guardians 3 is PG-13. And so its domestic opening weekend was 118 million. Guess how much Super Mario Brothers was domestic opening weekend?
I don't know. I think I've read it, but
146.
Wow. Wow, well, there you go.
And Guardians is the the end cap, the end of the trilogy for
Yes.
And Mario Brothers is just a silly kids movie, right? So anyway, we'll see where they end up. But
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And I realize that a lot of the some of them were, Stacy. I mean, because I remember reading comics when I was younger too. Not to a large extent, but the writing for I think about the man, on
Adam West.
His name, Adam West, Batman. Come on, that was kid friendly. That was everybody. Anybody could watch that. So that's kind of where I'm thinking, Stacy. But yeah, and it again, Russ is right. It goes back to entertainment and what it used to be. Yes, the studios were writing with the world in mind. Yeah, and not our conservative and family friendly values. Yeah, it'll never be what it used to be. Well, the Super Mario Brothers movie is what it used to be.
Yeah. So I did want to mention, along these lines, and I talked about wrestling earlier in the show, but there's a wrestling icon by the name of Bruno Sammartino from years ago. He passed away back in 2018. But during the height of his wrestling career, he turned down a lot of movie roles and television roles. But he had an opportunity to make a cameo appearance in an episode, basically get a role in The Sopranos. And he turned, he didn't know much about the show. Somebody told him that there was cursing in the show. And he said, I'm not going to do it.
He said not going to do it. Yeah.
Because, there are kids out there that look up to me and I don't want to be associated with that.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I think we could use a lot more Bruno Sammartinos in the world. And so anyway, I just wanted to mention that because I saw that recently. And just thought I'd mention it since we're on the topic.
Right. Yeah. And Russ and Stacy's right. The original comics were written for adults, but they evolved for kids to sell more issues, and then it became more adult when the demographic changed again. Yeah. So, and again, it's look, going all the way back to the first Marvel movies, there weren't very many curse words in those first ones. There might
definitely
have been
not comparatively.
There were no F-bombs at all.
Well, I mean, Guardians is the first one to do that. I mean, they've stopped short of they've led up to that word before, but not said it.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, everything. I mean, like pre-Endgame.
Yeah.
There were no F-bombs in those. So.
Oh no! What I'm saying is, Guardians 3 is the first one to use that word.
First one. Yeah. So it's again, we're kind of following a progression, but that's kind of, it's a shame. I hope Universal continues to blow them out of the water with and I hope they'll do it again.
That's a good one, Nick.
That they
Jillian, that's Bruno Sammartino is the only one we talk about. Pretty good. Jillian says parents don't care though, because parents are the ones cursing at their kids. I hear it every day in my line of work.
And it's just sad,
terrible.
Jillian. It's just sad. But at any rate, I enjoyed Guardians. I was disappointed, very disappointed in that piece of it. But it's a Guardians movie. Guardians is a little, has always been a little different than the other movies. But I thought it was good. I guess
I thought the trailers for the first one were crude, and that's why I didn't watch it for years.
Exactly. Because the trailers were crude. I thought, I'm not going to care.
Yeah, good distinction there. It's the first Marvel Studios movie, to use that word, not the first Marvel movie. So yeah, good distinction there.
Yeah, that's true.
Part of the MCU.
Yeah.
Channel news? You want me to cover channel news?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Join us next week. We'll be talking about the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival, the treats, topiaries, merchandise, etc. For anyone who is planning a trip, like we are. Our weekly live stream, Mando Mania, will be on Thursday. This week it's episode 7, chapter of season 3, chapter 23, entitled The Spies. So join us for that if you can. 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Eastern on Thursday. We have 2 more episodes to cover in our reviews for Mando Mania. We've reviewed every other episode up to this point. So grab some lunch and join us if you can to discuss a galaxy far, far away. Mom is working on several things for the channel, intro video, outro video for live streams, maybe some format changes.
Coming. I'm working on a lot of different
vlogs,
a lot of different pieces. Yeah, so it's been kind of slow, guys. I've had some some personal things going on, and we've got some more coming up. So I'm not promising how fast I'm going to get this cranked out, but I am working on it in pieces, and I'm excited about it. So looking forward to it.
Let's see here. Other announcements. Russ will be going live on his channel, What in the World with Russ, on May 18th, which is Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central, for a very special birthday celebration. They're going to be celebrating Mike Wheeler's birthday at Magic Kingdom with friends, so be sure to tune in for that on Thursday. There's a link to that stream out there. Check out What in the World with Russ's channel. Lots of wonderful channels represented in the chat. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm checking here. 6 p.m. Eastern. Sorry about that. 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. Then. Thanks for sharing the link there.
I was looking at
Mikey.
I was looking at
Mikey. I was still working on that Tron video. That's going to take as long as it takes for Tron to be built. That's pretty good, Mikey.
Yeah, like I said, I've had some things going on, and not necessarily, and some of it's not my stuff. It's friends stuff, but it's just been not a lot going on.
Well, that'd be fun, Mikey. Thinking of doing Festival of Fantasy live stream. That'd be fine.
Yes, that would.
It's your birthday.
Do whatever you want.
But exactly. So real quick, want to wish a very happy birthday to Mike Wheeler, one of our honored Ghost Host moderators. We appreciate you, Mikey, and thankful to be able to call you a friend. And so very excited. Hope you have a wonderful birthday coming up on Thursday. And so I'm going to go ahead and blow the, per tradition, blow the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway train whistle. So there's a loud noise warning. Loud noise coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mikey.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday.
Looking forward to your birthday live stream. Hope you'll have a great day, and that's going to be fun. I wish we were there. I totally wish we were there to join you, and that way, if Russ makes good on his threat and walks off and leaves you, you'd still have me. So. And I know you like me better than Russ anyway, so have fun, y'all. Have fun. I'm excited for you. And we're excited to share a little bit of it with you on the live stream. So,
Oh, let's see here. Check out our partner channel, Monarch Moments. They, Garrett, Michelle, Hannah, Gabe, a great channel, great family. Lots of, lots of wonderful channels represented in the chat. If there's a channel you hadn't seen before or don't already follow, check them out if you haven't already. Check out theliveplace.com too. It's a website that's basically a TV guide listing for family-friendly live streams. Content. Check out Dean's YouTube channel. Big shout out to Dean for maintaining the liveplace.com. Check out Dean's YouTube channel, Dreamers Empire, and the Live Place. Check out TubeBuddy if you haven't already. If you're a YouTube creator looking to grow your channel, check out TubeBuddy. It's a great tool. Helps you track viewing trends, search suggested keywords for titles and tags. It helps you track channel data. That'll help you grow your channel. Basic version's free. There's a paid version that's discounted if you have under 1,000 subs. Use our link. We both get a free month. It's a win-win. Speaking of win-wins, check out Stickermule if you want good quality, low-cost promotional items, buttons, stickers, pins, magnets, anything of that nature. Check out Stickermule. Use our link below. We both get $10 credit for a future order. Shout out to everybody who has utilized both of those links. Anyway, let's see here. A big shout out to everybody for being here. Everybody who's watching in watching ghost mode. Everybody who will be watching on the replay. Shout out to It's Joey's World, Lisa, Keith, and Joey for being the captains of our team replay. If you're on our team replay, drop us a comment. Let us know. Your thoughts on anything that we discussed this evening. I want to say thank you to Aunt Joy and Aunt Susan, Jillian Colley and other family members, BDF, Kevin Theme Park Adventure, T. McNeil, Dawn Bone, kind of cheating here. She's also on screen here. Texas Takes, Mandy Adams, Francisco, Bride's West Coast Disney Adventure, Mandy Adams, Katie Mack, Wishing on Stars, Jane in Travels, Stacy Rogers, Jillian Bone Mickey Travels, Garrett Bennett, Jennifer Caruso, Sebastian the Crab, Space Mountain Dave Cantrell, Mouse Talk, Movie Mania Nick, Dean the Turkey Legster, Jonathan Chung, AJC Magic TV, Link Flowback, Quote World with Russ, Mike Wheeler, and Alex Kennett. If I missed you, I apologize. Do the best I can to write everybody down as you chat here. But let me know, and thank you properly for being here. Real quick before we go, I'll mention this here too real quick. We go live every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock p.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, talking Disney news. Again, join us next week. We'll be talking about the Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot. Looking forward to experiencing that ourselves on our trip. Jillian said 26 days out from when we fly out there.
Oh, wow. So, we're getting really
and of course, you and Dad are going to be driving. So
we're going to be driving. So we will actually
be there a little bit earlier than us.
So, a few hours before. So we'll probably, check in and then come get you guys at the airport. But we are really looking forward to that trip.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we go live. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you want to reach out to us, send us a direct message on Instagram or email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. Real quick. So part of Jillian's Mother's Day present, I like to, get something that she can, do with Wyatt. Obviously, Jillian is or Wesley's, super itty bitty, so there's not just a ton you can do with the baby yet. But anyway, I saw this is a fun game. There are different versions of it, but for the Disney 100th anniversary celebration, there is a special edition of Spot It for Disney 100. So Spot It, the premise of this game is you have cards that have characters on them, and there's different ways you can play, but the premise is, which this one's specifically meant for kids, but you've got here. Let me hold this up here. The pictures are bigger here, but there are other iterations of Spot It where the pictures are not as large of the characters. But we have a Marvel Spot It. There's all sorts of different versions of Spot It.
It is fun.
MLB, Harry Potter, I think Frozen, Finding Nemo. So the pictures are actually much larger on this one than they usually are. But let me go solo layout here. But here's some of the characters, as an example. You would, this card would be out in the middle of the table. And so you'd be looking at your card to say, okay, I'm trying to find a character on my card that matches a character on this one. I see Tinkerbell. And so Tinkerbell's on both cards. I would grab that card in the middle.
This one might not be your cup of tea.
Yeah, you might be out on this one, Mikey. Sorry. But anyway, it's really neat. And the thing is, there's several different ways to play this, but you've got the 100 Years of Wonder there. Some of the characters
Makes a nice souvenir.
that are in the game. You've got the green alien here. You've got Simba, Mrs. Incredible, Miguel, Donald, Snow White, Bambi, Mirabelle, and Stitch here on the back.
Yeah, and there are several different ways to play that. So
there are. But it's a really neat game. It's a whole lot of fun. It'd probably be fun at some point to maybe rig the camera up to point down at the table to kind of show us playing it. But yeah, there are all sorts of characters. I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to see if it has a number.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah, I know Jillian. Jillian thinks there may be 100 characters with it being the 100th anniversary. I don't know if I count 100, but there's a whole lot of them. I can hold this up here to give you a general idea of how many characters there are.
Look at all those. Yeah.
But I mean, you've got Copper and Todd from Fox and the Hound. You got Robin Hood. You have Dumbo, Thumper, Rafiki, Alice, Peter Pan, the Queen, Moana, Jasmine, all the way up to like Red Panda May from Turning Red. You got Joe Gardner. You got Joy. You have Elastigirl, Lightning McQueen, Hercules, Pocahontas, Aladdin. There's a ton of characters. You got Luisa, and Antonio from Encanto. You got Bo Peep. You got Carl Fredricksen. You have Tramp from Lady and the Tramp. Pinocchio, Jiminy Cricket, Chip and Dale.
A bunch.
Yeah. I mean, it's loaded. It's a fun little game. If you're looking for something to do, some sort of game to play with maybe, nieces or nephews potentially, this, a spot it's perfect because, it's a really low bar, easy to understand.
Well, even young, youngest children can
identify characters. Let me look at my card and compare it to the one in the middle. With Wyatt, he's it's getting a bit faster with it, but obviously, it takes them longer to process things. But anyway, so sometimes we have to let the card sit out there for a little bit, or help him occasionally. But the recommended age is 6 and up. But again, Wyatt's 4, and we can play it with him. So 2 to 8 players on this version. And it takes roughly 15 minutes per game. If you know the characters really well, it'll go a lot quicker than 15 minutes per game. So it's fun and an easy game you can play with Disney fans.
Yeah. Just quickly, Stacy put this in, sent this to us. It's a new Corel set of dishes, Disney set of dishes. It's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can. No, can't do it. But those are a really pretty set of Disney dishes by Corel for the 100. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool offerings. They did a lot, guys, for the 50th, and so they're going to be some good stuff for the 100 too. I know. Anchor Hawking has put out some storage storage containers and things of that nature. I bought some Baby Yoda, some Grogu storage containers. So they've got out some good stuff. So that's, yeah, thanks for that, Stacy. I will look at these and see where I might pick some of those up. You're speaking my language with the dish thing. You know you are. So that's cool. Let's see. Yeah, the light gray. It's a nice pattern. It's not overly, just in your face. And these look like kind of, a little bit deeper dishes too. And Corelle is very sturdy. It's good quality. And as far as I know, will go in the dishwasher. So yeah. So Stacy, are you going to buy some of these? Are you going to buy those? Yeah, we'll have to see. I'll take a look and see what I can
Looks like
find.
there's 90 characters. I tried to count it out real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, good deal.
In the spotted game.
Well, if you're going to do 90, why not go ahead and do 100?
Yeah, I don't know. They should have thrown the extra 10 in there.
Yeah, all different characters. Yeah, on the border. Yeah. So, but yeah, those are neat. Stacy, thanks for putting those in there. We forget sometimes, guys, to look other places other than Shop Disney and the parks for Disney merch. There's a lot of good Disney merch out there, from other companies. But yeah, and I was trying to think. There have been, several companies that have put out some good princess dishes. Good, nice. Nice, china.
Yeah. I got this on Amazon too, by the way. Forgot to mention that.
Yeah. And Amazon. Cool.
Yeah.
So check that out. But thanks, guys. We really appreciate it. We're looking forward to our trip coming up. I've been working on, some thumbnails for live streams. I will be, live streaming in the parks some, and William and I just have to work it all out. But we will be doing some live streams from the parks.
Yeah. Have a good night to you.
And Russ said that he wants to ride Guardians with you, William.
I saw that. Yeah, that'll be fun.
So yeah. So that would be great. I'm looking forward to riding Guardians. William, I can just tell you're just gonna love Guardians. It's absolutely.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So we might even sneak over to that other shadowy place where we're not supposed to go, called Universal.
Yeah.
A couple of days. We haven't been to Universal in a long time, probably since 20?
Probably 2014, 2015, somewhere there.
Yeah. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do that, and so it's going to be a fun trip. We're looking forward to it, and we'll be there over Father's Day too.
Stacy mentioned the Groot Gurt. So the Go-Gurt. They have Guardians. They have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 version of Go-Gurt, and it's called Groot Gurt. And so we just got a box of that today. So Russ said yes, he got the Groot Gurt, and he also got Grogu Gurt. So typically that's our go-to. I think they sometimes do. Right. They've got Frozen. They've got SpongeBob Go-Gurt. They have Frozen Go-Gurt. I think they have regular Go-Gurt. Around Halloween they kind of have the like Halloween version of the tubes of yogurt. And
thanks,
so we got a box of the Groot Gurt tonight. Go-Gurt.
Groot Gurt. You have to think about that to say it right. It's just easy to mess that up.
All right.
Anyway, thanks so much, y'all. We appreciate you hanging in there with us.
Yeah.
And it's just been fun. There's so much going on at Disney, and of course, we don't want to do negative all the time, and we obviously try not to do that. But we are, we feel. We want to talk about it because it's Disney and it's part of Disney.
Yeah, we're covering the news and how we how we feel about it.
Covering the news and we're expressing obviously the feelings of other people too. Yeah. And so the good, the good, the bad, and the ugly. we hang in there with it. But we appreciate y'all, in the chat. Appreciate your comments in the chat.
Oh, yeah,
and yeah, and appreciate shout out to Mike too. Yeah. Mikey, I really appreciate you and all of you who share that Disney news. Mickey blog, Walt Disney World News Today. There's several pieces where we get news, and they're just like right on top of it. They drop it, and as soon as they drop it, Mikey sends it to me, and I use that, Mike, to plan our Disney news for these shows. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all, for hanging in there. Join us Thursday for Mandomania. We've only got 2 more episodes, so grab some lunch and join us for that. We love doing the commentary for that, and just have the 2 more to go. So we've got the thumbnails up for that already. So be sure and join us, or if you can't join us, be on Team Replay for it. Check our playlist for every episode, seasons 1, 2, and 3. Were you going to share something, William?
No, I was double checking something, but
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right, thanks, Mike. You have a wonderful birthday.
Yes.
We look forward to Russ's live stream. Y'all have fun. I know there'll probably be some friends who will try to make it into the park to celebrate with you, and I totally wish that we were there. But since we're going to be there pretty soon, we'll just celebrate later. We'll just celebrate with you later. That's what we'll do.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Nick. Thanks so much. And thanks, Nick, for your, y'all check out Movie Mania Nick. Thanks for your, he does all kinds of, any movie that, that comes out, guys, that's popular. Nick's going to do a review. It really, like I said, I watched your review of this last Guardians movie, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, before I went to see it. And I really appreciated what you had to say. So, anything else?
I think that's it. Hope everybody has a great week. Happy early birthday again to Mikey. And be sure to join him and Russ on Thursday during their stream. But remember, there's always room for one more at the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel. There's always room for one more. So please hurry back. Thanks, everybody.
We appreciate it.
Have a great week, y'all.
Have a great week.